This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
This is your first look at sports. I'm Jonathan Benson. The Bahamas Swimming Federation has named a 36-member team for the Carifta Championship set for March 30th through April 3rd in Kingston, Jamaica. Simone Sturrup will swim in the girls 13 to 14 division, and she spoke with our Julian Gibson about her goals.
Just to beat all my times right now and get some Bahamian records.
What are your times in your specialty?
Well, for 50 free, it's a 27.72, and for 55, it's a 30.
What is it going to take for you to go a little lower?
Just to stay focused, train really hard, work on my underwater kick. That's basically it.
Speaking about training hard, how's your training been going?
My training's been going really good. We're still working hard. About to get ready to taper. Just eat healthy and everything.
Well, the 2013 Hugh Campbell Basketball Classic playing its Final Four yesterday at the AF Adderley Gym. The first semifinal was a matchup between Agape out of Abaco and the 8 Mile Rock Blue Jays. Agape started strong and they held a slim 3-point lead midway through the first quarter. From there, the Jays ended the quarter on a 9-3 run and they led by as much as 7 at the half, 31-24. Agape cut that deficit to 3 by the end of the third quarter, but 8 Mile Rock finished strong and they make a return trip to the championship game thanks to a 59-47 victory. The Jays got a game-high 20 points from Keanu Woodside. Darryl Butler added 11. For Agape, Jerron Cornish finished up with 19 points. Godfrey Roll followed with 18.
All I can say is just thank you to God. I mean, hey, with prayers, anything is possible, and I think that's what's been carrying this team the whole season. And hey, the Blue Jays are back at it again.
This is a very well-coached team. Triong's is one of the best coaches in the Bahamas, if not the best coach in the Bahamas. And he went to a triangle or two. It was difficult for us to really get any open shots from there on out. And that was the difference in the game.
It's been a long tournament. Hey man, we came out of a really difficult bracket. When you got to go up the likes of Sunline and C.I. Gibson, that's a mountain to climb. Hey, but we got over it.
We've lost in the pool championship the past 2 years, like I said, and you know, this is another step forward, and hopefully next year we just keep plugging at it, not give up, and see where we go from there.
Now the second semifinal featured the champs from Grand Bahama, the St. George's Jaguars, up against the defending Hugh Campbell champs, the CC Sweeting Cobras. Early on in this one, it appeared as if we would have an all Grand Bahama final as St. George's jumped out to an 11-point lead midway through the first quarter. The Cobras cut that deficit to 8 heading to the second quarter, and by the time the half rolled around, it was a 5-point ball game. The Cobras, they started the third quarter strong, and they took the lead midway through the period at 44-43. From there, it was back and forth, but in the end, it would be the Cobras holding off the Jaguars 75-71 to set up a championship rematch with 8 Mile Rock. Alvano Miller finished up with a game-high 27 points for the Cobras. Rashad Davis followed with 16. Deontay Strawn added 14. Keno Russell led 5 Jags in double figures with 17. Antoine Bevins finished with 16. Kendrick Davis had 14. Charles Bain chipped in with 12, while Dante Thompson followed with 10.
We came on the 2-3 zone. We knew that they could shoot the ball very well, and in my opinion, I felt that they had 2 of the best guard tandems playing today. And I didn't want to show them the triangle and 2. I never tell the team that we was going to do that. But you know, that was an adjustment that I had in the back of my head to pull out in the event that we needed it. After I see the guys continue to knock down them jump shots, I pull it out, and it worked in the first half, so we just stick with it in the second half.
It was a tough game, and CC made the plays when it needed to be, and we didn't. We didn't hit free throws down the stretch. We turned over the ball at key moments. Hey, all hats off to Coach Boleg and his staff and his kids. They did a wonderful job.
The Commonwealth American Football League's Boilfish Bowl Championship game taking place yesterday at the Donald Davis playing field. Our Julian Gibson was there.
With a capacity crowd on hand, the pros and the V8 Fusion Stingrays squared off yesterday. The Stingrays, the defending champions, boy, they must be left their defense somewhere else because they sure did not bring it to the Donald Davis playing field. The Stingrays would lose the championship game 30-12.
It means everything to us. From a standpoint where we lost 6 straight games to those guys there. It's Michael Foster's last game. As a matter of fact, there's a couple of guys here last game. So we had to come out and prove, we had to restore order in the CAFL. The pros are back. and back for a very long time.
This feels great for first-year player like me. You know what I mean? I've been around this team from when I was a little boy from this playing on Windsor Park. And you know what I mean? I could be a pro for life.
I'm not one to brag. And at the press conference on Thursday, I did say it would be a good game. And I was pretty sure that the pros would be victorious because I knew that the team that played today was not the team that the Stingrays played the previous 2 games.
Just want to come out here, execute, you know, show them who the real champs are, all that bragging, all this talking here and there. No, we wasn't into that. The game is won on the field. We did it. Point.
Drink some championship wine on camera for me because Lawrence don't know how it is to do this on camera. How sweet it feels.
Awesome.
Now for the Stingrays, they simply did not show up at all. Their uniforms did, but not their game.
We were not prepared. Mentally, the team did not engage. Did not come out and engage early in the game. We were not running our plays as we should have. And then basically the pros stepped up their game, played a great game.
Reporting for ZNS Total Sports, I am Julian Gibson.
All right, thanks a lot, Julian. Well, the championship game in the 30th Hugh Campbell Basketball Classic will tip off 9 o'clock tonight at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. It's a rematch of last year's title game, which the CC Sweeting Cobras won over the 8 Mile Rock Blue Jays 58-46. The Cobras made it through with a 75-71 win in their semifinal with St. George's. 8 Mile Rock, meantime, scored a 59-47 win over Agape. Cobras coach Mario Boleg and Blue Jays coach Quentin 3-Ounce Hall, they're good friends and they know each other well, so you can expect each man to make some adjustments as they look to outmaneuver the other.
2 statements Quentin made. And the Christmas, when we knocked them out in the New Providence Classic and won that tournament, he said that he's going to be back. He was missing some players and he's coming back for the Hugh Campbell. And then before he came here for the Hugh Campbell, he called me that Sunday and he said after he saw the pools, he said he wanted me to know it was going to be a rematch. God have it that it happened. And he's looking forward to rematch. I'm looking forward to rematch.
You got to stay focused because fatigue is going to kick in. But once you execute what the game plan is and you stick to it, I think we have a good chance.
Both of us are coaches that can get our players to play at a level that is very high and very emotional. So I can't call it, but I know one thing. We're going to be ready, they're going to be ready, and the fans are going to have a great game to watch.
Now you can catch the Hugh Campbell Basketball Championship live right here on ZNS starting at 9 o'clock. Well, former Bahamian NBA player Rick Fox was at the AF Adderley Gym yesterday taking in the Final Four. He told us why it was so important for him to take time out of his busy schedule to be here.
This is my home and this is my roots. You know, sitting courtside and holding a mic and talking to Dwayne Wade or Chris Paul, that's great, but you know, I'm on NBA TV last night. I'm an hour and 30 minutes away from this, so I'm not going to miss this if I can be here. And so that, you know, maybe they don't understand it in the States, but I know people here at home understand it.
Now, Fox will be at the gym tonight for the championship, and he's expecting it to be quite a competitive ball game.
The tickets were cheap, so there's no reason not to be here. It's a great ticket for some great basketball. Really, I think I see a lot of good young talent, a lot of speed. I'm looking forward to the championship game. It's a lot of pride. I mean, I'm talking to a lot of the legends that started this tournament, and I know how much they want to see tomorrow night's game be exactly what it's, what we know it can live up to be, and that's great basketball by great young men who are really going to play it the way the game should be played, with a lot of intensity and passion and pride for the teams they represent.
And finally in the segment, the 26th annual North Long Island High School Basketball Jamboree closing out on Saturday night at the park in Millers. Winning the girls' championship was San Salvador. D.W. Davis took the junior boys title, while Hope Academy reigned supreme in the senior boys division. Island Administrator Therese Boodle-Bethel was on hand to take in the action, and she was impressed with what she saw.
I want to say to you young people, you're remarkable. I'm so proud to see so many of you. This is an opportunity that you wouldn't have otherwise had. I know that the level of play at the Hugh Campbell basketball tournament is so elevated that it eliminates a lot of our family island athletes, and so this jamboree affords a lot of you a chance to sharpen your skill and to elevate your play. And I know that you came together for the purpose of meeting co-athletes from other islands, friendly competition, intense competition. I know how hard you work. Sometimes late into the wee hours of the morning when I'm sleeping, I used to hear Mr. Brown's voice. And so I know the rest of you coaches, you're working with these young people, grooming them, elevating their play, hoping that they will make it to the next level and to the next level. There are great examples of athletes who made it to the highest level. I told them I used to be on the field when Sabatita and Troy Fines was burning up the track of SC Buddha. So when I see them on the international level raising up the Bahamian flag, I say, there goes my people. And so I want to say to you young people, you're here today, but you're going somewhere tomorrow.
And that will do it for sports, but stay tuned, there's more to come after the break.
This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.